welcome to the To Be Determined podcast, where we determine what we talk about in every episode. So we have a guest here. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yes, hello, my name is Alex, and I'm super excited to be here and talk about childhood. Yay!
My name's Kay, and I don't know what we're doing.
Okay, also our audio lady is here too.
Hello. Lindsay.
Love Lindsay.
So, let's start.
Yes.
What are your guys' favorite childhood
memory? Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it because you gave me a heads up about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what did I do as a child? I went to arcades a lot. I was like an arcade kid, so when I discovered like YouTube and stuff, all I would watch are like people like doing claw machines and like the science. Thank you.
I watched those. I know what you're talking about.
So like I learned about like claw machines. There's like fixed strength and there's payout machines. And my dream is to get a fixed strength claw machine, put all like my stuffies in there, and then just like play on my own. You know? It's just like, can I just have one of those now? It's a childhood dream, and like through like arcading and all that, I did too much of that as a child, but it was fun a lot of the time. Favorite childhood memory, Kay? Go.
My favorite childhood memory is, so I had this, do you guys know what those, like, big-eyed stuffed animals are?
Beanie Babies?
Yeah,
Yes.
those, and they have, like,
Love
the
them.
huge eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at a very early age, I discovered that those could break windows.
Girl.
Um,
Girl, why?
It was, like, 11 o'clock at night, and my cousins and I, it was my cousin Emery and I in one bed, Jason
Right.
Jackson in the other bed. And we were passing this back and forth trying to hit each other.
Oh my
And
god.
so, this is very important. So the beds are kind of, okay, hold on. This is the wall, and then we have one bed here, like pushed against the wall.
Yeah.
Me and Emery are in this bed. I'm on the side of it. She's near the window.
Mm-hmm.
She's done with us, so she's yelling at us to go to bed and stuff. And please note, it's like 3 a.m. at night.
Yeah, right.
But all our parents are still up, like, drunk in the other room. And so my cousin Jackson, like, threw it at me. I ducked. It hit the window and smashed entirely onto my cousin. She, like, rolled out of the way, rolled on top of me. I fell off the bed, and we're all silent for a second, and we listen, and they're all silent. And then all of a sudden, we hear my aunt say, "What the was that?"
Oh my god.
And yeah, we got in a lot of trouble.
Projectile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
The little
it was
Beanie
really
Baby
fun.
Pack-a-Punch. I like
Yeah.
it.
What do you guys think, like, compared to, like, let's say, like, older people now who are adults and stuff, how would their childhood be compared to ours?
Oh, girl, technology. Technology. So, I didn't grow up with, I was never an iPad kid. I was a Nook kid, the reading Nook, so, like, all I could ever have on my thing was, like, books, or I could only watch educational stuff. So, the most I got away with was, like, watching baking videos. So,
Oh,
but,
I
you
love
know,
baking.
growing up with, like, a lot of random internet content, you know, it's like, I feel like there's just so much tech that's integrated within childhood now, and I don't think that's that much of a bad thing. It's more so what kids like watch online. So in comparison to what like the older generations were doing, like they've created like maybe they go to the movies or something, like that's like a big thing people talk about, like how a bunch of kids as teens they used to go to the movies. We just stream it now, you know. And with like music, we're just always listening to music 24/7. We just have so much access to media and stuff all the time. So I guess that also gives us more to talk about. So within our childhood, maybe people say that technical advancements like phones and stuff inhibit the way people communicate with each other, but I feel like it can also bring up more topics for kids to discuss.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a potential for more kids our age and children younger now to feel more connected if they talk about stuff they've like consumed online, but like good stuff online, if that makes sense. Like, don't go too crazy and go looking for bottom of the barrel content. Like, actually, like, get something there.
I was a iPad baby.
Yeah.
I had unrestricted internet access.
Oh, girl.
So I, as someone who has fallen down rabbit holes at very early ages of very weird stuff, my thing with technology, our childhood is obviously going to be different than our parents' childhood and our grandparents, because our parents, they didn't have technology. Like, they didn't grow up in the modern media age.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like, you know, there's good and bad things to technology. Like, our human brains were never supposed to be able to process seeing this many humans.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there's also, like, back then, if it was raining outside and you couldn't play outside, you just didn't talk to anyone. Now, if it's raining, you can just talk to your friends online or something.
Game online, you know.
And it lets you have so much more communication with everyone.
Did you feel that it was a good thing that you had an iPad as a kid?
I did. I do feel like it was, just because I was one of those kids where, like, if I wasn't actively being entertained, I was, like, so.
Oh, girl.
I was allowed unrestricted internet access until that whole, like, Momo thing happened. Do you guys remember that?
That blew up in middle school. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that, actually?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay. That whole thing, definitely. My access to, like, the internet, whatever, started, like, 6th grade, because I got my phone at middle school, so it was like, if there's an emergency, call me, because I stayed after school, because my parents worked, so I had to, like, stay after school and, like, be in the Boys and Girls Club, so if something happened, I had to tell them what's up. But around that time, it was just, a lot of kids were scared about that, specifically, like, Momo and stuff. When things came out, like, that was also the era of Creepypasta, I feel. Like, remember back, like, then when, like, Creepypasta was big? Were you? Because okay, I'm not gonna say anything, but I know a lot of lore. Exactly. I don't know.
What's creepypasta, by the way? If I'm pronouncing it right.
Okay. My unofficial definition is, I think it's a story that was created by someone, that was popularized, and it normally has, like, a notable character. So basically, it's a story. Imagine, like, your favorite horror movie character, but take them out, and then it was never a movie. It's just their story, like, the lore behind them. That's a creepypasta. So you can take just, like, a disturbing image. Like, do you know about the back rooms?
Yeah.
The back rooms. That originated from some kind of, like, forum or whatever, something like Reddit, but it wasn't Reddit. It was just some photo, and then there was a post underneath of it from an anonymous person. No one knows who wrote this for the back rooms, but they described, like, what it was like the yellowish walls, the people creeping in the background, whatever. And that got really popularized because of the internet, and then that universally became known as the back rooms. So it's kind of like a culmination of the entire internet contributing to one story that becomes an infamous creepypasta.
Did you guys have bullies?
I did. What is it? I met my old kindergarten teacher just, like, a few weeks ago at Ross. We were in the line, and then, like, I remember my kindergarten teacher because that was when I had my bully. My bully's name was Daniel, and his little minion was named Brian, right? So Daniel and Brian would always come for me, and I was like, I hate this, because then I got the excuse, like, oh, they come for you because they like you, not from my teacher, not from my mom, but, like, you know, from a whatever adult or whatever. So it was just, like, constant pestering, like, always trying to distract me, like, talking about me, or, like, looking at me disapprovingly like this and being like, or just looking at me like they were disgusted with me. And I was like, kindergarten, but my teacher, she loved me. She was so nice, loved her. And there was one time we were coming back from art class, and we all had little bookmarks, like paint swatch bookmarks that we made. And my bully, Daniel, was standing in front of me and constantly dropping it to mess with me. Because then he, like, we're all in the line, right? It's elementary school. He kept, like, being like, oh, shoot, picking it up, and then, like, stopping me from going further in the line. And then we get yelled at if we're not, like, in line, walking in line or whatever. So then I got fed up with it. So he bends down after he, like, you know, picks up his bookmark again, and I'm like, oh my god. I take my bookmark and I give him a little thwack. And I'm like, get up. Seriously. Contain yourself. And walk straight, right? So then my teacher knows about the bullying or whatever. I feel guilty afterwards, and I come to her bawling. I'm like, oh my god, ma'am, I feel so bad. And she goes, no, listen, you stood up for yourself. You did good. And I was like,
Aww.
Valuable life lesson.
I know. I was like, thank you. So,
How do you remember your kindergarten teacher?
Cause we were really close, and my mom was her friend, and, like, I don't know, she remembered me too, so it's like a back and forth. I wrote her an essay one time, like, I was leaving kindergarten, I just wrote her, like, a little paper, and it was just like, I love school, I get to learn there, THAR, there, right, and it's like, but I have to go now, bye, I love you, or something like that. And it was just a message to her, and she said she kept that paper and she has it, like, framed or, like, in a drawer, and that's become, like, her reason for teaching, and that's what she told me at Ross like the other week. She was like, you are literally like my reason. And I was like, oh my god, like I remember you for telling me to stand up to my bully and stuff like that. So I was like, ooh.
The core
But I love her, actually.
So, thank you guys so much for watching. We just wanted to like talk about our childhood memories and stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed listening, and I hope you guys continue to listen. And yeah, that's about it. That's a wrap.